Day number 7, 100 kicks, done. Also we did 100 punches and we started working on blocks. Something that became apparent and something I want you to make sure we work on is making sure we get in our blocks, our moves, our technique correct. There's a reason for this and there's a reason why we do it properly and there's a reason why there is a proper way to do them. So one that stood out today is a headlock. I'll come back so you can see. So it goes across from our wrist, from our fist, comes across from our ribs, across to our shoulder. It's going to twist and push away from our body as well as up. Same from here, it comes across to my shoulder, same time I'm pulling this hand back. Then I'm going to pull this hand back as I'm pushing away from my body and up. So you're going to come underneath an arm, so fist coming towards me. Okay, that one. So you're going to come underneath it. Come around here. Right, so fist coming towards me. I need to go underneath the fist so I can catch it with my arm. So when I'm coming up and pushing away, I'm going to push, and then this punch, if it carried on, would go past. So I'm not stopping it. I'm not trying to get in the way of it. I'm trying to move it. So if it was carrying on, it's not going to get me. So that's all I'm doing is just deflecting a little bit so it's going to go past. A bit like a bullfighter, a ball flies at him, it charges, just steps out of the way, lets the ball go past. That's what we do, we're just pushing these punches out of the way. So the reason we've got to get this right and make sure we're going all the way across to our shoulder and all the way up. So what was happening earlier is we practice poor technique and you get a bit lazy. And after doing hundreds of punches and hundreds of kicks and hundreds of strikes, and you come to practicing and your arms are tired, so instead of all the way across to your shoulder, hand back, all the way across your shoulder, hand back, all the way across to your shoulder, hand up, we kind of shortcut it. You see some people start doing this as a headlock. Well, the idea is that it's got to come past this centre line to catch the arm and then push it away. So if it only comes to here, and you're trying to block a punch on your hand, guess what? This wrist joint moves. This moves up and down. So if you're trying to catch a punch on something that is going to move, there's not a good chance that it's going to work, and you're probably still going to get punched. If we catch it on a straight arm, this isn't going to bend, this isn't going to move. So we want arm on arm, not trying to catch this hand. So you're not trying to come across to here, and up to here, across to here, and up here. You know, as you've seen some people do, you know, they stop their headlock here. Well, if you're trying to protect your head, it's got to clear your head. Same as it's got to come past your head if you're going to want to catch everything that's going towards it. So you're catching on the arm, it's no good putting your hand to here, because your arm's here. So this is how much of your head you're blocking, this bit. But guess what, my head's this side of this hand, so I want to make sure I'm blocking on the arm there, not here, because that's a fist, you know. This the arm is going to do the blocking part, and my face is in this part. Something's wrong. Right, so I want my arm to be covering the part I want to block, and then make sure that covers the whole area I'm trying to block. There's no good trying to block my whole head from here and only blocking it up to here and still getting punched in the top of the face. So full moves on our blocks. So then when we need them, we're not going to shortcut them and do this and end up being punched in the face. So one hand out, one hand on our side, we come across to our shoulder, twist around, pull this hand back, push this hand above our head, cross to our shoulder, twist and push all the way above our head, cross to our shoulder, twist, pull and push above our head, cross to our shoulder all the way, twist and above our head. So important to get these bits right. When we practice these 10 times slowly, even when we do these fast, I don't want you to go, because that's poor technique and these blocks don't work. You will get punched in the face. You need to come all the way across, all the way up, all the way across, all the way up. When we say go as hard and fast, go as hard as you can and as fast as you can, with getting it right. Because if that's your head block, great. But if you want to do it really, really fast and just do this, okay, it was fast, but it didn't cover my head and it didn't block. So it's only protecting something that's not going to work. It can be the quickest blocks in the world, but if they're not covering the area you want to block, and they're not properly deflecting all the punches away from the area you want to block, you know, still leaving yourself open, they're not going to work. So this is why it's so important when you're doing karate, you get it right. Practice makes permanent, not perfect. So if you practice poor technique, and this is your head block for 5 years, and then someone comes to punch you in the face, see what happens. Head block, head block, head block, head block. Punch me in the face, punch me in the face. Proper technique, proper technique, proper technique. Punch me in the face. Big difference. So important that you get it right. Because practice makes permanent. Permanent is something you've practiced over and over and over again, gets stuck in your head, and that's how it will always be. You know, so get it right the first time, practice it right, and then build something permanent that's correct. So when you need it, it is going to work, not trying to do head blocks down here. You know, if this is our head, we want to make sure we've covered all of our head with the part of the arm that we're going to block it with, and make sure all the way past our head, you know, cover our head, block our head. It's no good here and there. My head's here, nothing got blocked. Make sure we get the full technique correct. It's no good having the fastest, worst technique. Get it good and then it will work. So, hand, shoulder, up. Hand, shoulder, up. So if we're going to block our head, I want to at least cover it with the part of my arm that's going to be doing the block. So we're not blocking on our hand. If we block on our hand and it moves, like wrists do, and it wants to stop this, so you'll kind of come underneath it, try to lift this punch up, and your wrist is going to bend as you try to lift it up. So your punch is coming through, you're coming underneath, trying to block it, and your wrist bent, punch in the face. Instead, come across all the way through, block it on the arm. Doesn't matter if the wrist goes up or down. You still move the arm out of the way. So across, catch it on the arm, all the way above the head. Across, above the arm. So important to get your proper technique right, so that when you just quickly do it, it's good and correct. So if you quickly do it, it's that isn't protecting your head. Get it right or it's not going to work.